Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. And today is one of our Emerging Voices edition. And it seems a little bit funny to call Clare Dimond an emerging voice. I think there's an argument that she has emerged. She has 3 books that I have read on that are available on Amazon: Real, Free, and Ease. And they're all built on a sort of a non-dual understanding of life that effectively looks at what I would say is a simple premise. How does life work differently if we don't think that we are the central character? In fact, Claire would go further and say we don't even actually exist. Now, if that sounds incredibly esoteric and out there, that's okay. In some ways it is. But in other ways, it's one of the most accurate expressions of who and what we really are. And so in this very short excerpt was actually a blog post that Claire wrote called Active or Passive. And when I read it, I had to stop and reread it. And then I had to stop and reread it again, because the premise at the heart of it is so simple and yet so obvious that once I started to see where she was pointing, there was an immediate shift in my experience. And hopefully, I asked Claire if she would record it for us, and she very kindly did. And so what you're about to hear is Claire sharing active or passive. Enjoy.
We've just completed a month-long exploration of non-duality in need, desire, habit, and addiction. A big part of the exploration was the nature of control and free will. It starts to become clear that the self is not in control of anything. The idea of who I am is not the thing moving these hands and typing these words. Movement is happening, eyes open and close, a voice speaks, words are heard. I am not making any of this happen because that I is a figment of imagination. It has no reality. And that is very, 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 very cool to see, because that exhausting need to control, to get things right, becomes irrelevant. But look what happens then, especially perhaps in a course on need and habit. The I plants itself firmly back in the game with the idea, I am not in control. Everything is just happening to me. I can't do anything. I just have to wait and see what is done through me. Do you see what happened there? The I, still alive and kicking, but this time it's just the other side of the coin. I am in control flips to I am not in control. It's the same thing. Active or passive, it all revolves around an idea of a fixed real entity, the self. So what is really going on? The I is not in control, and it is not in control, because it doesn't exist. Just as there is no self making life happen, there is no self that life happens to. Until this is seen, the experience is always only a flip from false idea of control to false idea of surrender. Neither feels right because neither is true. Because what is happening really? Flow, presence, life simply transitioning from one apparent form to another, a miraculous body made of love, moved by love. Nothing to do with control or lack of control, and nothing to do with an idea of self. Thank you for listening. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed that, and I really encourage you to go back and listen to it again. And if you like what you hear, go check out Claire's work. You can go to claredimond.com. That's ClareDimond.com. And you can also find her books Real, Free, and Ease on Amazon. Have fun, learn heaps, happy exploring, and I'll talk to you soon.